morning. What's going on? What's happening, everybody? This is Jarrett the Ferret on AM Radio, KFMB 900. Welcome, everybody, and for today's show, this is... Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to the Damn Dude Podcast.
Damn, dude.
What is good, my friends and family? What is happening? I'm your host, California Cal. This is the Damn Dude motherfucking Podcast.
Damn, dude.
This show exists because we're here to help educate, entertain, and make an impact on contexts and perspectives that we have on life, because I truly believe that the more access we have to different contexts and perspectives in life, the easier and doper it is to navigate through life. You dig? Like I said, I'm your host, California Cal, and today my pronouns are Jamaican and bobsled team. So if you do not address me as Jamaican or bobsled team, you, my friend, are a bigot.
Damn, dude.
So welcome, bigots. And I say that as a term of endearment, as you are the big it. Like, you are it. You're the shit. You're the big it. I don't know, dude. We don't do professional nouns around here. Only sometimes. No, but really, what up, you guys? Welcome to the show. I forgot to say that this is season 2, episode 70 motherfucking 6. That makes 176 episodes in this bitch. Cause we in this bitch, we feeling it. Quit killing my vibe. Anyways. So you guys, let me start off by reading something for you guys. No, so this is like pretty important, I would say. Okay, I'm going to read a definition, and I want you to identify what this is. So, listen up, and I need you guys' thinking brains for just a second. So, this definition, there's 2 definitions and 2 parts to each definition. So, listening ears, please. The first one, part 1 of 1, an acceptance that a statement is true or something that exists. Part 2 of it, trust, faith, or confidence in someone or something. Now, what did I just describe, you guys? What is that the definition of? An acceptance that a statement is true or that something exists, and trust, faith, or confidence in someone or something. What does that mean? Well, that means those are the definitions of, what's your guess? What'd you say? Those are the definitions for belief. So, why is that important? Well, the next part of this will tell you, because it's important to know what belief means, because we all believe in something. And even if you don't believe in jack shit, that's still believing in something. So if all you do is play video games and watch entertainment and you don't fucking stand for anything, you don't believe in anything, whatever you think you believe in, whatever you think is important to you, that's your belief system. Whatever you think is not important to you, that's also your belief system. So it's like whatever you believe is very fucking important, because that is literally the life that you or I live, is what we believe. So, and then we do actions based on our belief, right? So what is it that we actually believe? Well, let's read the second part of these definitions. Part 1 of the second definition. What is this the definition of? A set of things working together as parts of a mechanism or an interconnecting network. A set of things working together as parts of a mechanism or an interconnecting network. Part 2 of it, a set of principles of procedures according to which something is done, an organized framework or method. A set of principles or procedures according to which something is done, an organized framework or method. What is that the definition of? What am I describing? What am I defining, I should say? Well, that is the definition for system. Okay? You might have already caught that when I said belief system earlier. But the reason I'm defining this is belief system. It had me thinking, what actually even is a belief system? Well, apparently, it's the acceptance of a statement. It's acceptance that a statement is true or that something exists. It's trust, faith, or confidence in someone or something. So it's basically having acceptance or trust, faith, and confidence that a set of things are working together as parts of a mechanism or an interconnecting network. A set of principles or procedures according to which something is done, an organized framework or method. So if we were to systematize our beliefs, that would be our belief system. So now, even though we automatically have a belief system about what we do, what we prefer, what we like, what we don't like, what we do, what we don't do, and everything in between, right? What you're open to do, what you're willing to do, etc. Because that is a part of your things working together as parts of a mechanism in an interconnecting network. And that basically equals that interconnecting network would be the sum of all the experiences of our life. So if the sum of all of our experiences of our life equal our mechanism working, which would be our thinking, how we think, and the interconnecting network of all the thoughts of how we think, that's something that's really important, because check this out. We literally have the ability to think and feel and believe different things. So if we get to literally pick and choose the things that we believe, we can in turn kind of take the power and make it ours with our belief system. Because a lot of times our belief system is set on automatic. It's set on survival. Then not just set to like your default. It was set to what you had experienced and grown up with up to this point. It's everything that you've accepted, whether you like it or not, which equals our belief system. Like I have limiting beliefs. I have a limiting belief system around money in certain aspects, or business, or stuff like that. And it could be relationships. It could be fucking whatever, right? And it's like your belief system, you can literally change it. Like, for example, when I woke up, I like did a few things and I didn't make my bed. And I used to never care about making my bed. I would never do it. I'd be like, what's the point? I'm just going to get in it again tonight. But the thing is that within my belief system, I've tied in my bed being made to my integrity, and when I'm in alignment and have a good relationship with my integrity, I understand that without integrity, nothing works. And without integrity, nothing works. That means that I put into my head, okay, what does integrity mean to me, and where does integrity exist and live in my real life? Well, in my real life, how I can physically measure it is if my bed was made or not. You know what I'm saying? And I do this just because it's a test to challenge my own belief system. Because I believe that if I wake up and I make my bed, that gives me something that I've already accomplished, and I have something to be proud of. Now, if I come back home, or I bring somebody over, or somebody comes over, or whatever, and they see it, they go, oh, wow, your bed's made. Like, this place looks nice. You keep your place clean or something, right? But it gives that effect. It does that to myself. It does that to our own brain. So when we can come back and see our bed is made, it's something so small, but it's an accomplishment. And when we can stack wins, we start stacking our belief system and the interconnecting network of our thoughts, we start altering that. So for me, my belief system used to be that it didn't matter if my bed was made or not. Now my belief system is that my day is better when I started off completing a task, which is making my bed. So that's what I believe now. And now if I make my bed, it gives me that boost. As where if I didn't make it, I guess it didn't matter, but it also would not give me the boost. It didn't give me access to completing a task and a certain role of integrity, because not making my bed isn't an accomplishment. It's easy. But making my bed, it's that much of an inconvenience, but it's also that much more of a pat on my own back. And I feel like that's how we build consistency, is when we can continuously positively reinforce ourselves. It's like if you were a dog and you couldn't talk, how would you want to be trained in a way that made your life good? Like, you'd want to be trained in a way that didn't mean shitting in your bed. You'd want to be trained in a way that meant not peeing next to your food bowl. You know what I'm saying? So as humans, if we were to positively reinforce ourselves, give us that treat for peeing outside, for whatever, right? If you give yourself a treat for doing the hard work, if you give yourself a treat for rolling over, for playing fetch, whatever, right? That as a human could be making your bed. Wake up, make the bed, wake up, roll over, wake up, do your trick. You know what I'm saying? And when you wake up and you do your trick, you feel better, you got a better start to your day. So I believe it's so important to continuously upgrade our belief system. And it's not that you have to change things out or whatever. Like, one of my favorite things about one of my favorite things about looking at taking on new beliefs is, I didn't make this up, I learned this, which is try it on. And it's like, you don't have to take this as a fact, simply just try it on. And it's like, okay, let me try on this idea. And you wear it around, you see if it fits, and if it fits, fucking wear it, own it. You know what I'm saying? Keep it clean, keep it fresh, keep that shit up. Like, for me, when I was learning about integrity, I remember my teacher was like, I apply integrity to every piece of my life, where it's like, I won't even cross the street if it's not time to cross the street, just because that's part of my integrity. And it's like, when I can stack integrity, that equals wins for the day, because it's like you've pushed past, what's that word? You've pushed past through some self-discipline. And it's like, the more that you've pushed through self-discipline, the more reward you get out of life. So I tried that idea on. I'm like, I'm not going to wait for every fucking crosswalk or walk to the end. Like, I don't include that all the way in my integrity. Now, I will if I have kids or there's a special circumstance or whatever. But just for myself, I'm not including that into my integrity, because I believe that it's morally okay for me to cross the street where I want to cross the street. At the same time, I believe it's safe, and I don't believe that I'm really like harming my integrity. Maybe I am, but that's my belief system. I did choose to take on that making my bed mattered in that belief system. But that's the thing, is I tried on that idea, and I'm like picturing everything that I do, and I'm like, this just doesn't work for me. Like, riding bikes, having kids, skateboarding, all that stuff, like it doesn't really permit for that to like make sense in my life. You know what I mean? Maybe it could, I don't know. But I tried it on and it didn't fit for me. I said, you know what? Let me try. Let me see if this is how I want to do things. Let me see if this is where I draw the line with integrity, right? So I'm thinking about it, and it's like, dude, what is my belief system about relationships? What is my belief system about finances? What is my belief system about money? What is my belief system about what's possible to accomplish in this world? What is my belief system about raising my kids, about traveling, about having nice things, about having a nicer house, about having you know what I'm saying? What is my belief system about all of that? And I challenge my own belief system frequently to see if there's things that I can swap out that upgrade and enhance my life. So as I've been doing this Ignite Self-Mastery program, like I've talked about, which I highly recommend you guys go download the app, because you can do a bunch of the free things on it that are really helpful and impactful just off the rip. So you guys go check that out, Ignite Self-Mastery. Download the app. It's fucking free. I'm doing the virtual foundation program at the moment, and it's pretty fucking dope, dude. I'm getting through it. I'm on day 14. Yeah. So I'm on day 14, and yeah, it's going pretty good. Oh, so why am I even talking about that? Oh, I just kind of got sidetracked. So I'm talking about that because with this program, I've been asked very cool questions. Things like, like to define the highest version of myself. Like, basically that would mean like, what's the most successful, ideal version of you? And how would you define that. How would you look at it? How much time does that person, the highest version of you, how much time does that person spend with their family? How much time does that person spend with their spouse? How much time does that person spend at work? How many hours a week does that person work? How much money a month does that person make? So it's like, if we can start fine-tuning our belief system to equate to our higher self, when we automatically start believing that, no, it's not automatic, but when it becomes automatic and we take on this new version of who we are, we believe we're capable of more and accomplishing more. When that is our belief system, so much more is now possible and available, and we're capable of at that point, fucking seemingly magically. You know what I'm saying? Because it's in our beliefs that I should be making $30 million a year. It's my belief that I should be helping, and I can be helping and impacting thousands of people a year. You know what I'm saying? Rather than dozens or hundreds, it turns into thousands and hundreds of thousands. And that I can build a team, and that I can take my kids and travel to these places, and I can do this and that and all these different things like that, right? So that's in my belief system. But before I got asked these questions through this program, I'm like, yeah, my highest self have a big ass house by the beach. But I don't know any other details about it. So once I start getting asked, well, which house? What beach? How much does a house cost? How much would you have to make a year to have that house? How much time do you have to work to make that much money? How much time do you spend with your family that would make it worth working or making that much money? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when I can start when I can like put my beliefs into a better system, when I systematize my beliefs in the context that we're talking about, when it becomes a part of the mechanism of my interconnecting network, the principles and procedures according to which something is done, an organized framework or method, that is a system. And I can put my beliefs into that organized framework or method, right? So it's like, if we can methodize our thinking, we in turn have access to more shit, because it's now all of a sudden possible and available. It's like, I'm just thinking of any time I like, and see, that ties back into our RAS system, our reticular activated system. The thing that, again, if you forgot, it's like, if you're going to go buy a red Jeep, and you're like, I want a red Jeep. Oh, let's say you don't have the money for it yet, but that's the car that you want. You are getting that Jeep. You know, you're visualizing it, you're seeing it, you're taking pictures of it. You start seeing red Jeeps everywhere. And then you start seeing 2-door and 4-door. And depending which one you want, you start seeing more of that one, right? So if you want a red 4-door Jeep, you start seeing red 4-door Jeeps everywhere. And that's what your RAS system is, your reticular activated system. So it's like, we can fine tune our RAS, which is essentially changing our belief system about things, because now what we focus on isn't like, oh, I got to get home, or it's fucking 7:30, or I got to cook dinner. You're more like, damn, oh, I saw that Jeep. Oh, I saw that Jeep. And then you're home and you're cooking dinner, and it's like your mind is still on the Jeep. You're not even tripping about cooking dinner, doing whatever the fuck you got to do, because your RAS system is kicked in to, it's like your beliefs are kind of on point. So now you're like, all right, I'm going to eat good. And now if I don't eat out, that saves me $10, and that $10 goes towards my Jeep. Right? And it's like that, now you start having a better life because your belief system has changed up, and you start living into the possibility of that future that you believe in, because you've systematically structured your thinking to allow yourself to believe that you are going to get a red Jeep. And it's like, I feel like when our dreams become too big, that shuts off and we disconnect and we start lying to ourselves. So it's like, that's why I'm like tripping the fuck out when I answer like, well, how much money, how many hours a week do you work if you were to make $30 million a year? How much time do you spend with your family if that's the money you're making? Because you can't just do nothing if you're making that kind of money. You have to stay active. You got to stay working. You got to stay doing stuff in order for that to happen. You know what I mean? So it's like, how long can you believe that you are capable of doing something to actually accomplish it? And that's how I feel about this podcast too. It's like I'm 176 episodes in. I'm not getting paid for this. If anything, I'm just fucking giving money away. I'm giving value away. But I believe that it'll all pay back, and I don't know how. I don't know if that's the part I don't know how yet. Like, because podcasting's still so new, and there's still so many like possibilities for this shit to go any fucking direction. You know what I mean? So it's like, I believe that the more I do this, the more it's just worth it. And it's like, I don't know why it's worth it necessarily, but it's kind of the same thing as like, well, if I wake up and I make my bed, I just fucking feel good about the fact that I did it. And that's how it does to do this podcast. It's like, well, you know what? I don't really know what this does for me, but it does show some level of commitment and integrity and some sort of strong belief in my belief system that says, hey, you can do this. Hey, keep going. Hey, it doesn't matter if you're fucking living in your car and recording on your phone and you don't have access to your shit. It doesn't matter. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm trying to tune my entire belief system into a way that's like of action and of urgency. And I fucking suck at it when it comes to responding to my messages and phone calls at the moment. But you know what? I don't know. I don't know what the fuck my excuse or problem is about it. I don't have an excuse, but I do definitely got a problem about it. But the thing is here is like, all right, you know what? That's okay also. And I mean, maybe it's not okay, but my thing is like, dude, to be able to just do shit now, and I'm trying to incorporate that into my belief system as somebody who's a serial procrastinator, and I'm just like, live in the moment, blah, 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 you know, like be present. And that's kind of like, I can go too far with being present to where I just don't do my shit, and it's the wrong kind of present. So this is where tuning my belief system is like, okay, I'm wasting time now. I'm using my time appropriately. I'm using my time inappropriately, whatever, right? I can tune it to exactly however I want. And that's kind of the beauty of our beliefs being something that is acceptance of a statement is true, or that something exists, or having trust, faith, or confidence in someone or something. So if you can have trust, faith, or confidence in yourself, because that's someone or something, which would be your thoughts, if you can have trust and belief in that, then, or I should say, if you can have trust and faith and confidence in your beliefs, and then you systematize your beliefs, you can then have that trust, faith, and confidence in your interconnecting network and in your organized framework and method of thinking.
Damn, dude.
This is crazy and this is where I recommend the book Fearvana by Akshay Nanavati. Akshay is a fucking bad motherfucker. Go follow him on Instagram if you haven't already. I think his name's just Fearvana. Dude, Akshay Nanavati is a bad motherfucker, dude. Bad motherfucker. He pushes the fucking absolute limits of being a human being and what it means to be one. But he also, dude, this guy's fucking phenomenal. But go get his book ASAP. It'll literally give you the blueprint on how to rewire your thinking and how to practice rewiring your subconscious. And that's not even what the whole book is necessarily about, but it kind of is. I don't know. You just got to go peep it. It goes in, dude. It's probably one of the best books I've ever read. Easy. But it's like we do have the ability to go back and reprogram our beliefs and things that happen. And it has been scientifically shown and proven that when we think of things that pain us or hurt us, when we go back and think of it, we're only recalling the last memory of that memory. We're not actually going back and pulling from the actual source of it. And because that's the case, you can go back and implant different systems, different beliefs into your system. So that way now your entire belief system believes something different about the event. Like my sister, my grandma, my aunt, my best friend's getting murdered, you know, whoever else I know that passed away. It used to be in my belief system that I'm a victim. and everybody I know dies, and everybody that I love goes away. And now it's in my belief system that that is a blessing, and I attract beautiful people to myself. You know what I'm saying? But that's only because, that's a huge jump and a huge leap, and it took years. But as soon as I learned the methods and the teaching of that, how you can do it, boom, that shit just kind of magically turned into peace. So that's the thing, is we can go back and implant different seeds, different messages, different memories into our old memories of an event, and in turn come out with a better fucking outcome and circumstance in present day and present form. You dig?
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Damn, dude.
What up, everybody? It's your partner. Finger licking, farmer dicking, finger fucking, finger chucking, clicking, clucking, dicking, ducking, dipping, dodging, freaking frogging, ripping, rogging, Fred. I'm here to remind you that you have the option and the capabilities of rewiring your thinking. Your programming you had since a child. You can reprogram it and be happy and be free in your mind and in your conscious. Because if you know, then you know to do the work. And you don't even gotta spend your time being a little bitch. Just get to work, do what you know is the right thing to do, and push those limits. 'Cause I'll tell you what, and if I told you what, then I ain't gotta tell you why. 'Cause if I told you why, then you already know what. So remember, don't be a little bitch. Do the inner work. Be a better man. Be a better woman. Be a better father, husband, daughter, mother, sister, brother, uncle, aunt, cousin, employee, owner, entrepreneur, serial killer, whatever you do. Be good at it. And if you're a serial killer, you should probably stop, because that's not nice. And that's being a little bitch. Finger licking, farmer dicking, finger chucking, flipping, flucking, chicken fucking, Fred out.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
What up, everybody? Welcome, Bicycle. Oh, yes. Welcome back to the show. Yeah. So, you guys, it really is crazy as fuck, though, that we actually can tune and fine-tune our belief system. And it's like, the way to accomplish... The way to start and accomplish any business or task or any new thing you want to try on or you want to do or accomplish in life, you have to start with the end result in mind and then work the plan backwards. Now, some people, that's just like, yeah, obviously, duh. To other people, it's like, whoa, what are you talking about? That's something you got to lean into, is working the plan backwards. Because, hold on. Because without the end result in mind, you don't know what to fucking look for. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I teach babies to swim and save their lives. And without the end result in mind, I don't know what to work towards. And this is the problem with a lot of swim schools, is they don't know the end result or what it even looks like. So when you ask swim schools, what measurable results can I expect and by when, they don't have an answer. And that's because they don't know what end result to go for. For me, I know exactly what the end result is and what it's going to look like and what I'm going for. Now, if I don't have that in mind, I get lost and I'm just kind of stuck in busy work, not actually accomplishing anything. So when we can work the plan backwards, we know what to go for. It's easier to get there. It's like if I said, drive to the Win in Las Vegas, you know where to go. Versus, it's like you know exactly where to go. And you know that as soon as you enter Vegas, you don't necessarily need to stop and pee right away because you know it's just down the street. You know what I'm saying? It's like you know, so you don't have to do unnecessary shit. So at the same time, if I said meet me at the Wynn in Las Vegas, you know where to go. If I said meet me at the front door, at the front entrance of the Wynn at Las Vegas, you know exactly where to go, what to do, who to look for. There's not much that's confusing about it. If I said, hey, meet me in Vegas, so where? Oh, at the casino. Like, that's how a lot of our grand plan in life is laid out, is it's just meet me at the casino in Vegas. It's like there's fucking thousands or hundreds or whatever of casinos here. Where the fuck am I supposed to meet you? Which one? Now you don't know. So you show up and you're like doing all these unnecessary things and spending time checking other things and doing this and that. You don't know where to go because you didn't have the end result in mind. You had an idea, but the idea doesn't actually put you in the exact place you want to be. So if the idea was meet me at the Wynn at the front door at 8 p.m., there's no mystery. You know exactly where to go. That's the end result. Now you can work your plan backwards. Okay, we need to leave home by blank o'clock in order to get there by 8 o'clock. If I'm going to be at the front door of the Wynn by 8 o'clock, I got to be on the road at this time. I have to get gas at this point. I have to eat food at this point. I got to fucking check the oil in the car at this point. I got to fill up the tires in the air, whatever, right? So it's like with that end result in mind, we now know exactly what to do going backwards. And this is basically what I'm learning and like redefining for myself as I'm going through this Ignite Self-Mastery program is like, dude, I need to create my end result because I don't even have that in mind. It's just so everywhere that I don't even fucking know. You know what I'm saying? So in order to get a house, to get a this, to get a that, I have to know exactly which one, where, how much it costs, how much it requires to make that much money a year, how much money a month that is, you know what I'm saying? Like all of that would essentially divide out into making clear sense, and all I have to do is work the plan to that path. All I got to do is walk the path. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it makes a difference of, oh, just go to Vegas and find me versus meet me at the Wynn in Vegas at 8 p.m. at the front door. There's a huge difference. You know where to go. But how many of our life goals are not defined? How many of our life goals are set up as, oh, just meet me in Vegas. Oh, I just want a house on the beach. Oh, I want to be rich. Which beach? Which house? How big? You want to be rich? How much money? You know what I mean? It's like, I want to have a family. How many kids? I want to have a wife. What does she look like? How is she? What's her name? Whatever, right? I mean, maybe you wouldn't have that answer, but you would start having ideas of what you wanted, right? And then it's like, if you find somebody who meets that criteria, you now know because you're getting the feedback based off of the creation that you created in your endpoint already, and you work the plan backwards. So you can tell if somebody's a good fit for your life or not, just purely based on the fact that you've envisioned what you wanted into the future or in life or out of a partner. You know what I'm saying? Now, the person might not always look exactly like you want them to look or whatever, but it's like, dude, you have to be smart enough to acknowledge when you're actually in the spot that you've been fucking dreaming of, because it doesn't always come the exact same color. It doesn't always come the exact same. It's like a lot of times when our dreams manifest and come true, it's like slightly tweaked, just barely differently. Like an example for me was when I got my dream truck. I mean, I've had a couple of my dream trucks, but like when I had my Dodge Ram, it was a diesel, 2500 diesel, 4x4 turbo diesel, lifted fucking on 35s, full 4-inch exhaust straight through, full fucking, the intake was done, the silencer and the turbo was removed. It was a fucking cool ass truck. And in my head, I'd always wanted a green one. Like in my dreams, I always wanted a green one. And I'm like, all right, I didn't make any, and that was just the one I wanted. I wanted the green, like 90 foot, like a green second gen. And I ended up getting my truck. It was a second gen, and it was silver. So I'm kind of like, interesting. But then I found out as some paint chipped away in the bed that the truck was originally fucking green.
Damn, dude.
And I was like, yo, I got my dream truck and I don't even realize it all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, isn't that trippy? It's like, I got my dream truck and it used to be green, but now it happens to be gray. Like, sure, I could fucking paint it, whatever. But in my head, it was always a green lifted Dodge Ram. And mine was that's what I had. I had a 94 lifted Dodge Ram that used to be green, was now silver or gray. I guess kind of gray, silver, right in between. And I was just like, holy shit. Dude, I didn't even realize I got my dream truck. Like, what the fuck? This is crazy, dude. So that's the thing, is like, sometimes you got to stop and kind of acknowledge, holy shit, this is part of my end result. And then you can make little modifications. I could have painted it, whatever. But at that point of getting it, I didn't care anymore what color it was. I fucking got it. I was like, dude, no way. You know what I'm saying? You can spend a few $100 and get your car painted, especially living next to TJ. And I was like, wow, this is pretty fucking awesome. Like, it's quite the miracle, you know, like kind of miraculous. So, you know, it's just really fucking trippy. So I think that's the importance of having the end result in mind. We can actually quantum leap through fucking life and end up getting these things because we fine tune our belief system to it. Our RAS, our reticulated, our activated system tunes into those things. And that's all we see is the procedure and pathway to get to that. And it opens up so much faster. You know what I'm saying? It's like taking a fucking shortcut just by getting real about your vision and what you want. You know what I'm saying? So I know that in the past, like almost 10 years, have been terrified to envision what I want, because I realized there was a certain point in life where I was getting every fucking single thing I wanted. And it terrified me because my accomplishments and achievements were bigger than my imagination and end goal result. But I was like, I'm going to have this, I'm going to have this, this, and this. And I got all of those things. And it was a point in life where I first started business. And it was like, I had I think about this differently. Like, the girl of my dreams, I would say, changes all the time, or throughout my life, I should say. It's changed just as I grow older or whatever, right? Because what you're attracted to becomes different as you get older. Like, for a while, I just wanted a girl who looked fucking fancy and this and that and had money and all this stuff. And I got that, and it was cool, right? And I was fucking driving around in nice ass cars. I was fucking smoking a gang of weed for free. I was just doing all this cool shit. I had the car I wanted, had the girl I wanted, had the fucking life I wanted, had the freedom I wanted, had the money I wanted. And then at a certain point, it just scared the shit out of me because everything I wanted was just showing up so fast. And I started achieving and receiving bigger and faster than my limiting beliefs. And when that happens, it's kind of why you see people who are like one-hit wonders. It's like they succeeded and achieved bigger than their belief system, and they got terrified and they kind of had to scale it back a touch. Now that's kind of what happened to me. So now I'm like looking at it, it's like, okay, I can have all this in a way that I really wanted and is thought out and well planned out now. So because of that, I've been scared to even come up with something. This is exactly what I want. And this is exactly what I want. Now, there's a couple things in life that I've done this with in the past couple years, but it's been like not as intentional as I would like to be with it. Because I know that when I tap in and tune into this power, it's scary and it happens fast. So that's kind of where I'm like working on tuning my belief system to be able to handle the magnitude of success that I know I'm capable of and will have and will achieve, and that people see and believe in me. Like, I know I'll have that. I'm not worried, but at the same time, I know that I've got to get my belief system correct. I used to think it was a level of maturity to be able to handle the money or to be able to handle whatever. I don't know. It was just this like foreign thing all the time. But now that I'm looking at it very intentionally and purposefully, I see that my belief system cannot handle the success that I envision. Like the things that I want and the things that I want to piece together and all of that, my belief system cannot, the structure in my belief system cannot handle that. It's not strong enough yet. It's not structured enough yet. So as I structure and build that, and that's what I intend to share with you guys as I do this self-mastery program over the next couple of weeks, is that, all right, you guys, like, listen to the way I talk, listen to the things I do, see what the fuck I accomplish or not, and that will tell how it's going. You know what I'm saying? It's like you guys hear it. You guys can hear my bullshit before I can hear it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't always go back and listen to the episodes. Sometimes I do, but it's harder for me to hear my own bullshit. Like if I'm saying excuses within certain words I'm choosing, like I don't know yet. You know what I'm saying? Because my belief system is being tuned and I'm working on it. And it's like, if you're the one talking and recording, it's harder to capture it until after the fact. But it's like when other people are listening, it's easy to chop up what I'm saying, to critique what I'm saying, whatever. And it's just a different experience as you, the listener, versus me being the speaker in this case. So this is where I'm like, this is why you guys see such consistency with the podcast, is because my end result is very clear with it. Not very, it's like, let me re-say this. My purpose for the podcast is very clear. My end purpose goal for the podcast is clear. And what makes me be able to do this, to keep going with it, is because my end vision and result with this podcast is very clear. There's parts that are, the end result and vision is bigger than money, and it's bigger than anything monetary. And that's why I just keep doing this for free and even in debt, is because my end result is for my great grandkids to be able to listen to this and hear all this content and have all this, so they know they have a solid starting point in life and in their perception and context of life and of who they are, why they are, the baggage that the generational baggage that they carry or don't carry. They get to see how full of shit I was. They get to see how dope I was. They get to see how whatever I am. And it's like, yo, that's my fucking grandpa. That's my great grandpa. That's my dad. That's my whatever, right? So it's like, if my kids can get a piece of this, if my kids, it's like, who even knows what race or ethnicity will be, like my family will be by that point. You know what I mean? We could literally all be fucking Mexican by that point. We could all be black by that point. We could all be like white people by that point. Who knows? It depends who marries who and who has kids and whatever down our generation and down our lineage, right? Like, that's so trippy. So that is very clear to me that this is beyond my generation. This podcast is beyond my life. This is for future generations of my own family. And then included in that is anybody else who listens to the show and benefits from it or enjoys it or whatever the fuck you feel from the show, right? So it's very clear to me that that is the point of this show. Now, getting paid is secondary to that. I've gotten and get podcast sponsorship offers relatively frequently. And I'm just like, nah. And it's like, I have to really believe in something if I'm going to put my whole entire legacy on the line for it. Like when I die, if there's any commercials ever in this fucking show, I want it to be like, yo, what was that? Like, that must have been sick. I want it to be a program that's still fucking existing. I want it to be a product that still exists 100 years from now, 200 years from now. Something that people still use because it was that dope. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that who I'm fucking with and who I got my eyes on will create a legacy that's so big beyond our generation of life, right? So that's kind of that is the end goal. Now I should probably start putting like monetary things to it, but that's kind of half the fun for me, and half of my belief system is that when you do what you love to the fullest, people will just start fucking paying you. And that's how people started paying me for surf lessons. It's like I was just doing it so much for the love of it that people started offering to pay me. And I was like, oh shit. And now I fucking teach surf lessons on the side. You know what I'm saying? So being that that's the case, I want to see what type of payment can come from just doing what I love, because I'm not doing it for the money. I've done it for over a year and a half, coming up on 2 years in January, that I will have been doing this for free. Twice a week, running a business, having a family, being homeless, getting a home, doing all of this, working full time to like no time to the whole thing, everywhere in between. Like, dude, if you love it, just fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? If you love it, you will fucking find time to fucking do that shit. But it has to do with how much it's actually in your belief system. How much do you really believe in your idea? You know what I mean? Do you believe in it enough to spend fucking 2 to 4 hours a week doing it? Do you believe in it enough to fucking spend any amount of time doing it? You know what I mean? And that's why you see a lot of people start podcasts and it just never goes anywhere. Is that like they don't see their big picture is not clear or defined. So it's like, oh, I'm going to start a podcast, blah, blah, blah. You buy these microphones, whatever. And then 6 episodes in, first 3 episodes and then 8 episodes, then 13 episodes. Most people don't get that far. And it's crazy, like 13 episodes, like people really don't get that far. Look at people who just started podcasts and it's like, well, they just kind of hope you forgot about it now. You know what I'm saying? And like, I get that happens. I fucking started different Instagram pages and different ideas and different fucking groups and this and that. And like, I just eventually kind of was like, I had no end goal in sight. So therefore it just kind of fucking fell flat. Like I had my surfing page where I was just going to tag people and just make a brand out of it. It was called Shufflefoot Crew. And it's still on Instagram, but it was like basically like, if you know what that is, it's like in San Diego, you got to shuffle your feet when you go to the beach so you don't get stung by stingrays. And so it's like Shufflefoot Crew. And it's like everybody in San Diego, not everybody, but a lot of people in San Diego know when you go into the beach, you got to shuffle your feet. So I thought that was cool. And it's like, yo, we just tag surfers and post surfing stuff and whatever. I'm surfing every day, surfing with my friends, blah, blah, blah. It's like the content was just too easy to keep going. But the thing was, I had no end result in mind. So eventually I'm just like, I don't know what to do with this. And I just stopped. You know what I'm saying? So like, it wasn't that I wanted to stop and it wasn't that like I didn't want to do it. It's more just that because I had no end result, it just stopped and it just fell apart. I didn't know what to, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you supposed to do? So when that happens, it's like, it's not deep enough in our belief system. It's kind of just an idea. And it's like, there's a difference between just having an idea and having something all the way deep in our belief system. And the difference is getting excited about a vision versus actually having the end in mind, having the end goal in mind, and then working it backwards. And that's why this podcast still keeps fucking going. And it's like, even if nobody said anything, I would still keep doing it. So it's like, I so love and appreciate when people compliment or acknowledge this show. Like, dude, even when somebody just acknowledges it, it feels so good to me. And it's like, dude, all right, fuck yeah. At the same time, I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep going whether it happens or not, because this is for my family and my kids. And then anybody else who fucking gets anything out of it. Like, I want the show to just keep getting bigger after I'm dead. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, if I die, I just need somebody to keep paying Buzzsprout to keep this fucking podcast hosted on all of the sites, you know what I'm saying? Or whoever the fuck. Just to keep the show running, because I need this shit. And if not, it's on my fucking computer and whoever can listen to it. But the shit's out there. And it's in my belief system that my kids will get to hear this and have an idea of their family lineage and who they are and where they come from and why they act the way they act. And I believe that me doing this can in turn create fun, understanding, happiness, and peace of mind for my future generation and family. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I do this. And it doesn't matter if you fucking pay me or not. I'm going to keep doing it. It's bigger than payment. It's bigger than money. And that's something I realized. I've had instances where I had a lot of money and I got no money, and everywhere in between. I've dated really, really rich women, and I've dated fucking not like, you know, women who are broke or poor, and in between. And I've had friends of all different status too. And it's just like, whoa, I see the difference. I see what's possible. I also see that money is important, and money is really fucking dope if you have the right perspective in life to be able to handle it, and you know what to do with it, and you know how to envision the future and then work the plan fucking backwards. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I love you guys. Hope you guys have a beautiful motherfucking day. It's supposed to be like 80 out here in Poway today, the old Poweezy. But yeah, I gotta get to work. I gotta get a bunch of shit ready. I got a lot to do today, actually. And I'm grateful for that. I'll be sending out more stickers to you guys. So I got your address and all that. Holla at me if you want some. But yeah, appreciate you guys. And it's gonna be me and you.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude. Yo, please be sure to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell your best friends, cousins, uncles, best friends, pig fucking karma. Damn it. Farmer fucking pig chucking, dig dugging, Nintendo playing, Twinkie eating best friend about the Damn Dude podcast, because it only helps us grow and it helps us educate, entertain, and impact different perspectives and people's lives. And think about how many times you've had somebody interrupt and change your context or the way that you think, and it made your life that much fucking better. You can do that for somebody else by sharing this show. Share it on your Instagram, share it wherever the fuck. You don't got to say anything, whatever, tag us, whatever. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Hope you guys have a beautiful motherfucking day. Much love. Peace.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.